Have you ever going through some of the events that it looks familiar or done it before? Hello and welcome to this video of Deja Vu Effects. Deja vu is a French term that literally translates to already seen. It's a feeling that most of us have experienced at some point in our lives. In this video, we will explore what deja vu is, what causes it, and how it affects our brain. So, let's get started. Deja vu is a feeling of familiarity that one experiences when in a new or unfamiliar situation. It's like you've been there before or seen the same thing happen in the past, even though you know you haven't. It's a strange feeling, and it can be difficult to explain. So, what causes deja vu? There are several theories, but none of them are entirely conclusive. One theory is that deja vu occurs when the brain processes new information in the same way as it processes old information. This can create a sense of familiarity, even though the situation is new. Another theory is that deja vu occurs when there is a delay in the brain's processing of new information. This delay can cause the brain to process the information as though it has already been experienced, creating a sense of familiarity. Regardless of the cause, deja vu is a real phenomenon that affects many people. In fact, studies have shown that up to 70% of people have experienced deja vu at some point in their lives. Deja vu was first described in the late 19th century by a French philosopher and psychologist named Émile Bourac. Bourac noticed that some people had experiences where they felt like they had already experienced a moment or situation before, despite never having been in that situation or place. Bourac was intrigued by this phenomenon and began to investigate it. In the early 20th century, Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalysis, also took an interest in deja vu. Freud believed that deja vu was related to the unconscious mind and that it was a result of repressed memories or desires. So, how does deja vu affect our brain? Researchers have found that the areas of the brain associated with memory and familiarity, such as the hippocampus and temporal lobe, are more active during deja vu experiences. This suggests that deja vu is related to memory processing. Studies have also found that people who experience deja vu tend to have better memory recall. This could be because the brain is better able to retrieve memories during deja vu experiences. So, now that we know what deja vu is, what can we do about it? Unfortunately, there is no way to prevent or stop deja vu from happening. However, there are some things that you can do to reduce the frequency of deja vu experiences. One thing that may help is to reduce stress and anxiety. Stress and anxiety have been shown to increase the frequency of deja vu experiences. So, if you're feeling stressed or anxious, try to find ways to relax and calm down. Now you may ask, what is relevance between deja vu effect with fourth dimensions? The fourth dimension is not something we can see or touch, but we can experience it through our perception of time. Our brain processes and stores information about events, and when we experience something similar to what we have already experienced, our brain retrieves that information and makes us feel like we have been there before. In this way, deja vu can be seen as a glimpse into the fourth dimension, where time and space intersect and overlap. It's like our brain is experiencing a temporal overlap, where past, present, and future are not in a sequential order but coexist in the same moment. And that's what we call it as multiverse. There have been many world events throughout history that have been associated with deja vu experiences. One of the most famous examples is the assassination of President John F. Kennedy in 1963. Many people who were alive during that time and witnessed the events unfolding on television or in person reported experiencing deja vu. They felt like they had seen the events before, even though they were happening for the first time. Some people even reported feeling like they knew what was going to happen before it actually did. Another notable example is the terrorist attacks on September 11, 2001. Many people who were in New York City at the time reported experiencing déjà vu, feeling like they had seen the events before or that they knew what was going to happen. Here are a few more real events that have been associated with déjà vu experiences across the world. The sinking of the Titanic. Many survivors of the Titanic sinking reported experiencing déjà vu during the event. They felt like they had seen the ship sink before or knew what was going to happen. Some even reported feeling like they had dreamed about the disaster before it occurred. Déjà vu experiences are subjective and can be difficult to measure or quantify, but they provide a fascinating insight into the workings of the human brain and our perception of time and space. The Oklahoma City bombing. Several witnesses to the Oklahoma City bombing in 1995 reported experiencing déjà vu. They felt like they had seen the event before or that it was somehow familiar to them. Some even reported feeling like they had a premonition that something was going to happen. The Indian Ocean tsunami. Many people who survived the Indian Ocean tsunami in 2004 reported experiencing déjà vu during the event. They felt like they had seen the giant wave before or knew what was going to happen. Some even reported feeling like they had a premonition that a disaster was going to occur. There is commonly reported that many people occur déjà vu effect before striking the lottery. Are you one of them? And if is, you are welcome to comment below. That is all for today topics. See ya!